on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to give you my honest opinion on these Atturo trail blades. But before we talk about the tires, we're going to get this thing washed quick. Just get the car washed. I love how this thing sounds like a hairdryer in here. Man, this is the cleanest this truck's been in a long time. Anyway, let's get back to what the video is really about, and that's these tires. Alright, so I did move to a different spot because it is a little windy. This spot's still a little bit windy. It's just a windy night, unfortunately. But back to the tires. This is just a personal review. This isn't like I shouldn't even say like my personal opinion on them. I've ran a bunch of different tires over the years. Personally, I think these are probably my least favorite. Granted, probably one of my favorites looks-wise, because I mean, come on, you gotta admit, these things look pretty freaking killer. I like a little bit more tire, but I bought these wheels and tires used. They ended up had about 2,000 miles on the setup. I bought them from a buddy, so they weren't my choice of tire. I think it's still a good-looking setup on this truck, and I figured I kind of wanted to try these tires. I've always thought about them. And personally, I wouldn't buy them again. They are very, like I said, a very good looking tire. But I think my least favorite thing about them, definitely my least favorite, they are the worst tire for holding rocks that I have ever had. I mean, you can drive 70 miles an hour for 10 miles and you'll still be hearing rocks coming out of these tires. I haven't driven on gravel in probably 20 some miles, and there's still a rock stuck in that tire. There's one in that tire yet, and quite honestly, they probably won't come out until 70, 80 mile an hour. You know, it could be 20 miles down the road yet. That is my biggest complaint about these. These are just, if you care about your vehicle's paint, do not buy these, because I mean, look at my door. I mean, this truck was pretty immaculate. These are all chips, and this is just over like I think a 3 or 4 month period. I am not impressed with them that way. Performance-wise, they ride pretty decent for being a low pro tire. I will say that. My other complaint is they're very soft. So you can see, I mean, look how it takes no effort, and they're very soft. They're very soft compound tire. I mean, I don't have very many miles on these, and these back tires are significantly less tread. The edges of them are wearing very easily, and I think due to being a soft tread, they are a little bit squirrely if you get in the throttle hard. Like the back of the truck kind of, you know, they spin really easy, in my opinion. They suck in the rain. 60 miles an hour, I can nail the throttle and spin them. Like, they are just not great. You think being a soft compound, they'd be okay in the rain, and they're not. And I've run a lot of mud tires, so you can't say, oh, they're mud tires, they're going to handle like crap. I have run lots of mud tires that have been very decent year-round. These are just, you know, they're not great. We've ran Federal Caragias, Kenda Cleavers. My girlfriend's got Nitto Ridgeback boys on her truck, which are probably my favorite tires so far. I've ran some cheaper tires. I can't remember the name brand. I'll put it right here on the bottom of the screen. Probably one of my favorite tires for the price point. I had them on my last truck. I mean, I'd done tons and tons and tons and tons of burnouts. Didn't even make them bulk. I couldn't make them bulk. They were just amazing tires for like very cheap. Granted, they don't make them in this wide of a tire. So after sitting a while, I've noticed it seems like they're a little bit out of round. So if like the truck sits for a few days in one spot, when I first take off, I get like a weird shake for a while until it kind of works itself out. It's the only set of tires I've ever had do that. I don't know if it's the tires. I don't know what if they just need to be rebalanced, but it only seems like it does it when it sits for a while, for like over a day. If I'm gone like in the semi and I come back and the truck seems like it shakes a decent amount. Road noise isn't too bad. I'll put some clips here. Road noise is actually quite minimal with these tires, considering I'm going almost 70. For how aggressive the tire is, to me that part is actually pretty decent. It's probably one of the more quiet tires that I've had, at least compared to some of them. This is at almost 60. They are a little louder at like the mid-range, but now we're coming into town, so we'll go down to 20. Well, we'll go down to 30 mile an hour, and back down to 30, and they're fairly quiet. So for road noise, they aren't bad. I will say they're probably one of the better ones for noise wise. There's still the Nitto Ridge Grappers, aggressive looking tire, very quiet tire. These, I mean, they're mud tires. I mean, they're going to have some noise issue with these wide gaps right here. These, I think, quiet it down a little bit. With this wide gap, I think howls. Seems to howl a little bit more at mid speeds, like between probably 45 and 55 is probably the loudest. Town driving and fairly quiet. Seems like 70 miles an hour. They quiet down quite a bit too. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, with all the, like, as much as it holds rocks. I mean, I've never had tires hold rocks like these. And I've run tons and tons of mud tires, and this is just ridiculous. And my truck's all nicked up now, which part of it's my fault for running style tire, but I don't know how they would be in the winter, and I won't ever drive these tires in the winter because I won't take these wheels in the winter. In the rain, they suck. So I'm assuming in the winter they're going to suck. They have weird vibrations once in a while, and I don't know if it's a balancing issue, because most of the time it's all right, but every once in a while I have a weird vibration. I do wander just driving down the highway pulling a trailer. I feel like it wandered more than it should. More than it did ever with my 14 wides, and more than any other 12 wides I've ever ran. And I've towed with every set of tires I've had, and so far I think these were probably the worst. I don't know, I think they're too soft. I think the compound they're made out of is too soft, and I think that's part of the reason they hold rocks so bad. I feel like that's part of the reason they flex and it wanders, and I feel like that's why there's a kind of a traction issue. Granted, a hard tire is not real great for the rain either, but hopefully this kind of helps, your decision on tires if you're doing a little research on these. So I'm sitting here editing the video, and don't get me wrong, they're not a terrible tire. This is more talking about like the little annoying things I've noticed over time. If you bought them or buy them, and you might like them, they might be a great tire. Mainly don't like how they hold rocks. They're not a terrible tire. So if you already ordered some, have them, you like them, or you like the looks of them and you don't mind, like mainly just the holding rocks portion of it, go ahead and order them. They're a great tire for that. Other than that, just wanted to add that in. They are wearing really well, smoothness wise. They're not wearing choppy or nothing, but they're just wearing fairly quickly. So hopefully this helps make your decision, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or questions, make sure you comment below, and I'll try to answer them as much as I can. Other than that, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. So as you can see, they don't get the best traction, but sometimes they will leave some pretty dark marks. I really can't see it in the video, but I will say that's one bright side, is they will leave some dark marks. And they're pretty fun to slide around. That's probably one of the only benefits. They look cool and they're fun to slide. And they don't wheel hop, which is really nice. But yeah. See you guys in the next one.